What's going on, people? Welcome to the other episode of the SVR Podcast. So today, folks, we have another artist from United States of America. And you might, of course, know one of the songs that made him blow up, known as Company. So anyways, folks, let me introduce to y'all. His name is Apxcxlyptic. Welcome into the podcast.
What's good?
So since you are here, Apxcxlyptic, all I have to do with you is ask you 10 questions regarding about your musical experience. Such as like, what made you start making your own music? You have to tell me your, musical background, the one dream collaboration that you feel like you want to work with, and pretty much more that we're going to talk about. So, Apxcxlyptic, let's begin, shall we?
Yeah.
First question that I'm going to ask you is, what made you start making your own music? Tell me your musical background.
Alright, so I started making songs, officially when I was, it was around 5 years ago. I would, record on my PlayStation, and I would just use the mic, and I would put my phone to it, and then I'd play the beat and just freestyle over songs. And I had a high-ass voice, and I tried to do, Eminem type of rap, and it sounded so bad. And then around a couple years later, so probably this is when I was 13, that's when I finally got my gaming PC and I learned about Audacity. That's the first ever DAW I used. I still use it now just because it's so easy. But I did not know how to mix back then, so I just got beats and did YT to MP3, put them in there, and then made another track and just started rapping, and I didn't edit it at all. So it also sounded like shit. But over time, up until now, I finally learned how to edit my vocals. So now it sounds a little more official. But yeah, I've had a lot of channels over the years. So that's how I started making it. And I started what gave me the idea probably was listening on the radio. My dad, when he was younger, he used to play a lot of rap songs for me on the radio, so he would play Eminem and Dr. Dre and Tupac, all the old head rappers. So that's sort of how I got into it.
Interesting. Next question: how did you come up with your name, Apxcxlyptic?
All right, so Apxcxlyptic. So I searched through a random name generator a few years back, and then the word apocalyptic came up, and then I'd be like, that word, it sounds kind of cool, but it doesn't have any X's, and I like X's, so I'm gonna replace just two of the letters with X's, and then that's how I got the name Apocalyptic.
Does it have some sort of meaning behind it?
Nah, it doesn't. I wish it did. Maybe I'll come up with a meaning.
Will do. No problem. Moving on to the next one. Who has been an inspiration for you get into the music?
Alright, so inspiration, like I said, definitely Eminem, Dr. Dre, Tupac, and Biggie were the four biggest people that got me into rap, because that's the first ever rappers I heard. I also got really sad when DMX died, because he was a rapper I listened to a lot of, so RIP to DMX. And when I started making music, I was more of listening to the new wave. So Lil Uzi, Travis Scott, Tyler the Creator, I'm a big fan of. XXXTentacion, I'm a big fan of. Along with some smaller ones Lil Darky and Jelly Roll are some of my favorites. So those have been my inspirations.
Next question. Now, what do you feel like is the best track you have ever released, and why?
I think either I was on the song Use a Fan. It was Who Killed John's song. I think that verse was probably the best piece of music I've made that has been released. But for like my standalone releases, it would probably be Company because that's what garnered the most attention. But I feel like in like Who's a Fan by Who Killed John, bro, like people that's what like actually got me to like 50 subscribers. People found out of me from him and they were just like, yo, this verse goes hard as hell, man. So that's why I feel like that one was on the best. But Company also blew up. That's what got me to around like 80 to 90 subscribers. So that's like been like the most recent piece of my songs that have actually blown up. And I guess that's the best track because of the way I sang it. I haven't really sang any other songs like that. And also I haven't really used any other pop type beats. That was about the only time I used a pop type beat. So yeah, that's why it's my best release.
Right. Up next question is, who is your dream collaboration and why would you wanna work with that person?
Bro, my dream collaboration, this is a hard one, bro. We got Lil Darky, we got Jelly Roll I want to collab with, we got a whole bunch of. I'd probably go with Lil Darky to be honest. That's probably my dream collab. His hard rap is very different from like the hard rap nowadays. Like he puts a lot of distortion into his vocals, his tight beats. There's a lot of heavy melodies and bass to them because they're made by like producers who don't really care about what other people think. And his music just has like a original style. And his flows, like he will have a different flow every song. Like I'm pretty sure very few of his songs actually sound the same because he's always coming out with new flows, and most of them slap. So that's what I like about him.
Speaking of which, sixth question, that will be, what music genre do you like the most based on your style?
Probably the like 808 hardcore type of rap. That would be the first one, and then another one that I'm really heavy into is horrorcore. I've been listening to a lot of that recently. So like Skits Craven and people like him. We got Brother Lynch Hung. That's another popular horrorcore artist. So those are probably my two favorite types of styles.
Seventh question, what is it about music that makes you feel passionate?
She makes me feel passionate. Probably when I actually hear it and it sounds good. That's like an amazing feeling. Like when you finally put all that work into a song, you hear it and it doesn't sound like shit. That like when that first happened, bro, that was like whoa. So that's probably what makes me feel passionate about music.
Moving on to the eighth question. So, you have a lot of songs in your mind, faking that it didn't had the hype and despise it. Can you tell me like the one song to be considered guilty pleasure?
Probably Pretty Woman by Skits Craven. It's like a horrorcore song. And bro, he just lets a lot of anger out in that song. But a lot of people did not like that song, bro. Like they wanted it taken down because he was talking about like a bunch of gory shit having to do with women. So that's probably like a guilty pleasure, I guess.
Next question. What music means to you when you experiment with, in terms of sound, etc.? What it means to you?
Well, when I experiment, like what I consider experimenting would probably be like putting a lot of distortion on my beat, and sometimes I'll add like another track under my official vocals, and I'll just add a lot of distortion and lower it down. And then on some songs it sounds good, so I gotta experiment in doing that with every single song. And sometimes it'll sound good, and sometimes it won't. So, and then sometimes like there's a flow to my lyrics that works well. So I like in every song when I write lyrics, I do like several different flows to try to experiment. And yeah, I just try to see what works best.
And we are gonna end with the final question of the day. That will be, where do you see yourself in the future for music?
I mean, I really doubt that I'll be like one of these big rappers that blows up, honestly. So, I mean, I feel like I could get like a small fan base, maybe like 10,000 people or something, like 10,000 monthly listeners on Spotify, I think is a realistic goal. But other than that, I feel like it's just gonna be a small thing. I'll just do it when I feel like it, and just have fun with making the music. I don't really think I'm like good enough to get like insanely big or anything.
That was it, folks. Apxcxlyptic. If you have anything to say in the outro, you don't mind making it somehow?
All right, but guys, if you guys want to make music, just do it because it's possible for anyone to do it. All right. So like I started with a PlayStation microphone. All right. So you guys could definitely start it. Like if you got a PC, all you guys need to start is a computer, a microphone, and just that's it. You just download Audacity and get started. Like if you want to make music, just start as soon as possible. Because I've been wanting to make it for a while, but it took a while before I could actually do it. Just don't wait. Start when you're young because that's like the best thing you could do, probably. So that's my advice for the end.
I will see you guys in the next episode of the SVR Podcast. Links of his YouTube channel, etc. will be down description below. So, later and goodbye.